Rich people tax. Brother, rich people tax on different kind of tax. When you brother, a rich the amount of money with them tax a rich man for them gonna take their money there and build a whole city.
Them could have built more than that.
Them could have built a whole small
Built
town.
more than that.
That's how much money them tax from the rich. And them people them still say tax the rich. Brother, you understand say when rich people get paid, at least 30% of what them a get money, like 30% of what them a get, them have to pay taxes. 30%, you know, imagine me get $1 billion, right? And me have to pay 30% of $1 billion. You know how much money that? And say you have 50 rich people, right? You know how much money that, brother? And then that I just see a company, you still have to pay car insurance, you still have to pay house insurance, you still have to pay property insurance, because if you're rich, you're obviously buy your own land.
The reason why them really hate it. It's that them paying the tax.
That's why, and then when
is that the other people in the lower class, which would be us, is that they're paying more than just the regular taxes. They have to pay the taxes plus extra. And that's why them have a problem.
Pay taxes plus extra because them have business, brother. Them have businesses and them have assets. Like things were really, really expensive. Like people don't really buy a sports car. It's not because they don't buy a sports car because they don't like sports car. People love a sports car. They don't buy a sports car because they have a shit ton of tax on the sports car, then, right? Now imagine you rich. And you have you have a Rolls Royce, brother, right?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine paying tax on 5 Rolls Royces, right? 5 of them. Imagine the tax there, and you still have for the monthly services, still have to buy gas, you still have to do all of these things to the frigging car. It's like people, and then people still talk about how rappers ever broke. Like imagine the amount of tax they would have to pay.
Lifestyle.
But exactly, them can't even
watch
live.
this. Watch this, Jelo. Remember all the crime families them that they back in the day when something there was not abolished, when
they
had the rum craze.
What do you call it again? Coalition.
Yes. Men say how them catch most of them. Them not catch them a bootleg rum or anything like that, you know.
But actually catch them point.
Yeah, majority of them come on them taxes. The big ones them, cause them know so them couldn't catch them no.
Yeah. Because them see them with all of them expensive something here, but when them file tax, them file less tax than the amount of expensives where them have. So them must say, wait, this one right. So them just estimate the amount of it's like GPS. Right? I can't believe the GPS, you're not actually pay the bill. You don't pay for electricity where you actually use. You pay for the electricity where GPS estimates you use.
Yeah.
Which is just bullshit because they can literally estimate anything. Then basically I guess your light bill and say, oh, even if they cost 60, well, we estimate it to be $100, so you just have to pay the $100, sorry. And then them complain when people bridge light. What do you think I got happen? The more money you try to squeeze out of people, the more resistance to paying it.
Yes.
They're not gonna want to pay it, so they might find ways around it. Just like nowadays people are finding ways around taxes, offshore accounts, them put things under business.
Wait. It's not just no one of these people. They've been happening for years now. No? It's just that.
Look on Jay-Z.
Finally get money to the point where they're not paying no tax like that.
Exactly. Jay-Z have a shit ton of art. You know why? Because they can't tax art. Him have investments, him have bonds, and him have stocks in a company. And them things I'm getting riches from, because what? You can't spend that. You can't spend stocks. Like them they're just something you own. And you have
it's not physical cash, them can't just get it like that.
Yeah, you have taxes on stocks, but it's like when you acquire them and when you sell them back.
Mostly, yes, you not have trading.
You not have taxes for just keep them. Them can't tax you for half the stocks, but them can tax you for half a house. Them can tax you for a car, and them things there something you have to pay yearly, every year,
Yeah,
all
watching
every
them all
year as
taxes for the
long as
cash.
you're alive.
Them all taxes for your the cash that you have in your pocket.
Yeah, and the thing is that even if you're not like even if you just make 100,000, like say you make 100,000 a year, right? But you live a 500,000 a year lifestyle. So you live like you get paid 500,000 a year, and you have things where way over what you're supposed to earn. So you have like a $300,000 Lamborghini, you have a $500,000 house. About 500,000. You have a $2 million house, $500,000 house, the least realistic thing you ever heard in my
Yeah,
life.
there's nothing about. I'll call things in a point more.
500. Anyway, yeah, you have like a $2.5 million house. You have like six $200,000 Rolex watch, and you just have all of them something here. You know what I must say? You must say, wait, how come you can own all of this and just make $100,000 a month a year? Where all of the money they come from? You buy all of them something in the past 10 years. Like there's no way that's supposed to even possible.
You just see I have the IRS they right funny big money.
Oh, you mean them the right point?
Skin.
Them brother, the man say, alright, so I'm gonna do this, and you're supposed to make this amount of money. So when my money there, they must send you a bill. Even if you don't make $100,000 a year, guess how much tax you have to pay? You have to pay $100,000 worth of tax. You have to pay more taxes. Come and say, well, when I care what you make at this a lifestyle where you live, so this is the amount of money where you're supposed to pay. You get shagged. Because one, them can come down upon you for tax evasion. Or two, they just have to run with one different country.
And that not gonna work out for you, trust me.
Exactly, because they want extradite.
It's not like how it used. It's not like how it used to stay, where it's say that yo, you can run to some faraway place and nobody not gonna notice you, or nobody can catch up on you. Every single government have a decent amount of something upon it. A decent.
That's not even the thing, you know. That's not even the thing. Like them would literally go in the country in a secret for take you out and carry you back America. And guess what? It's not like you can complain to the country where them take it from, because you're not supposed to do it in the first place. You did it illegally.
Yes, man.
Even if them extradite you illegally, you can't complain. You just have to shut up and take it.
Yo, Shamar just joined. Big Dan. Squeezy Dan there on this. Welcome Squeezy. Well, yeah.
But yeah, people just stupid, yo. People just stupid, them just them rub my nerves the wrong way, you know. Because the same people them who don't trust the government can't live with them.
Yo,
It's a funny thing, you know. The US people them like, you can't trust the government. I vote and I say Donald Trump is the best president ever. Like, I'm asking something. What exactly is Donald Trump the president of? He's not the president of riches. He's not the president of the people. He's the president of the United States of America. A government system. The United States of America. That's what he's the president of. You can't love the president and the government, but hate the government. That makes no sense. It don't make no sense. You love the president, but you hate the government. You can't trust Donald Trump with your life, but you can't trust the government to give you a vaccine that can actually save your life. Like, man, understand. You know I wear a mask. Why you know?
Alright, watch it. I'm gonna play devil's advocate right here. So I understand where they're coming from. I'm gonna go and play devil's advocate here. First of all, we get that's how it makes no sense to say, yo, yeah, I trust this man named Donald Trump or whoever president at the time that's you have problems with, and still trust the institution itself, or still the institution itself, because them institution do all type of other something to you. I get that, because corruption is a thing. But at their defense, in their defense, I'm gonna say that sometimes certain things can happen in a institution while the person that is in charge has no idea of it. Well, in this case, I have highly doubt that is possible because
Yeah, that.
it's something that comes run straight through him. So there's no other something.
Brother, even if them, even if them record, brother, even if them take the people them and put them right in front of the crime them and commit, them still as and no one believes them when they commit that crime there. It just dumb.
It's just politics works, man. All of it is shit. And the sooner I admit that, the sooner I can just move on and make a better life for yourself.
Yeah, the thing is, it's shit in 100% agree say shit, but the people them just can't. Them just all over the place. Them all over the place. It's like Joe Biden. When Joe Biden comes, everybody is like, "Oh, Joe Biden not gonna be the best president ever. He might bring change." I know everybody I talk about. We hate Joe Biden now when he's the new president. Why? Because Joe Biden is a dumbass. We follow the people them. Like him actually do what the people them I tell you. Like people are talking about when you pull out of Iraq and get Iraq freedom and leave them country because we invade them country wrongfully. And then when the man do it, the man like, no, you should have pulled out of the country. You should have come out slow and make sure everybody are. I'm like, bruh, choose. Like this is why enough listen to them people here because they're not a friggin' sense. This is why enough listen to them. That's why you have activism. Like it's supposed to just be illegal. It's supposed to stop. Right? If you're not of an organization, you can't have activism. You can't be an activist at anything if you don't have a solid organization and a foundation. You have to build it up. You have to run it like it's a company.
Get anything done. That's the fact. And them know, but the thing about it,
but it's shittiest thing about activism, like anybody can become an activist. Me can't get up and say, oh, there's an activist. All money for that is spit out. All money for the talk shit out of my mouth until I get 10,000 people for actually like me. I get 2 million followers for Instagram, or we get like subscribers for YouTube. Like as long as you have that, then everybody's like, oh yeah, this person is a major activist. I'm like, what qualifications do you have to be an activist?
I offer chaos and confusion. And
that alone them the brother because them not damn sense. Them not no sense, yo. Brother, and then the government, the government's supposed to just looking at them people in face and they're spitting at them face, but instead they might listen to them. And then you see what happens when you listen to them? You listen to them, you know, them cuss and bawl and then scream and kick. So them want the people them come out of Afghanistan and them want them left Afghanistan because them only invade Afghanistan for the oil and they never got it for nothing else but the oil. And guess what? They listen to the president, listen to it. And then when shit hit the fan and everything start go south, guess who start complaining first? The same people them who will tell the man to pull the troops them out of Afghanistan. I thought about, oh, them not supposed to do it like this. They never did supposed to do it like this. Brother, if me did that the president, if me did that the president and them tell me to pull the troops out of Afghanistan, me that ask, you know what go on in Afghanistan? You want me to say
wait a second,
to see what go on?
Wait a second.
When I go on like say when like but the thing is that them are the same people who are like Afghani woman, them can't even drive, them not have the right to education. Like what do they expect for happen?
Give me a second, man.
Like, what them expect for happen for when the US president when them pull let us make that point. What them did expect for happen after them pull out of Afghanistan? Them expects that when the American people them come back from Afghanistan is like, you know what? Or if we just become a democratic society, right? Woman and man supposed to equal now. We not fear walk in and hold a stick over and dictate to not like when a free for the water. What do you expect? Fam, it just did not go back to the same way it did stay before the US go over there, which was not the best at all. Not saying the US go over there gonna make it no better, but guess what? At least you have some kind of security, right?
I guess, bro. I guess.
Brother, the people them who are running Afghan now, the Taliban will take it over now. Lord help them. And you know what happened? It's when them start showing women that get the beheaded and people that get shut up because they don't agree with the leader, and them start revolutions, and them decide to them can't live that way here no more. Them are protest, and the soldier them just come and shoot up everybody and kill them. Guess what them are do?
Wow.
Them are go upon them knees and say, Mr. President, please, we need to help them. We can't stand by and watch all this inhumane activity go by when we have all the resources and power to help them. We are Americans and we believe in freedom.
To be honest, I don't buy that. I don't buy that.
And we need to help, brother. Trust me. Here, this is when somebody say something like that happen, and I say, yeah, we can capitalize on this. We can make a movement, and we can get famous. Guess what them are do? Exactly that. Them are start a movement. We say hashtag help Afghani woman. And guess what? Hey, you have a president like Joe Biden we care more about what the people and think about him than actually how well them live, how good their life be. Them are send them back.
Alright, let me ask somebody else about this. What do you think, Queen? What's your thought about that situation?
I don't mean to butt in, but can somebody explain what's going on? I kind of
just a talk about how stupid the world be and how nobody trusts the government, but everybody trusts the government.
Oh yeah, true facts.
And the Joe Rogan thing. If we just go back to the Joe Rogan thing, cause honestly that just pissed me off. Like, I don't care if a man to call you, like, people just get this, then just hear racism and then just turn a bitch. Like, so what? Like, so what if you walk on the road and somebody call you a nigga? Well, you're gonna drop them on your foot and ball like a bitch? Thump the man in your throat, knock out him teeth, them, fight. Like, do whatever the fuck you want to do. But don't tell me, say, oh, racism make me weak and I can't live no more and people that's sad and blah, 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 blah. Brother, I don't care. Me's a black person and me that walk up to you and say, you're not even worthy of being called a nigga, right? Cause nigga have strength. Nigga are bad people. Y'all want to look a bitch. The world would be so much better without you. Brother, a white man could have called me a nigga and I go ball. I said, I can't bother with the racist word here. And how them people hurt my feelings. And then record a 5-minute video and put it up on Instagram. Brother, me don't go to prison. Me don't sleep in a jail cell. What do you mean by... And it's not even that. Because I don't care if you call me a nigga or not. Because right now, the word now have no meaning. The only meaning the word of is a black person. A black person is a nigga. Like, what other meaning it have? Tell me the other meaning behind the word nigga.
They must say it means oppression.
Oppression? No, oppression means oppression, brother. Slavery means oppression. Right?
Law,
nigga,
I think,
black person.
I think I can try to explain this. It's kind of weird, but the way how we say niggas to our fellow brethren is like, because we relate to each other's pain and what our foreparents go through, we can say it. But for instance, the white people now or any other race, it's a little weird upon them because they can't relate to we. So yeah, there's some.
You see that? Like, man, I understand them something. Like, people will talk about, like, the black people them will come up with them, the black activists, quote unquote activists, will come up and talk about, do you know what it's like to be a slave? Brother, if me did the man with them, do you know what it's like to be a slave?
No, they don't.
Do you know? Tell me, what is it like to be a slave? You now have no idea, because guess what? You were never a slave in your life.
That's why them. That's why they're supposed to still have the war in Afghanistan. Like some of them become some slave. Like what them said.
It just no make no sense, brother. Every time you hear a black man coming out argument, but do you know what it's like to be a slave? Man, I said, brother, me jump up and say, you know what it's like to be a slave? When was the last time you get whipped because you never pick enough cotton?
And I got whipped because he took out some out of the pots.
Tell me, you tell me.
What
is it like to be a slave, my man? Since you're all well versed in slavery, you know, you live the hard life. You work from before sun up to sundown, and you not get no food. You not even get a look house to sleep with that. You want 10 months sleeping at the same house.
Where's you have a family?
From Africa, we have to sit down in your shit for 3 months. Find a rough sea. Of course, you know what it feels like to be a slave. So tell me, what is it like to be a slave? I'm curious. You know, because me, black, and me have no idea what it feels like to be a slave.
I feel like I have to play devil's advocate again for them.
But this thing is, the man them said is sitting up on the stage in a full suit, nice shoes. Them a ride, them a drive come at the conference, and then them Rolls Royce, them Lamborghini, them Ferrari, them Porsche, them Audi R8. And them man they come on the top, well, do you know what it's like to be a slave? Brother, black people living in the ghetto and never yet come to the white man and talk about, you know what it feel like to be a slave. Because they know something like this, brother. Just shit.
I think it's more like you know what it's like to live on the other side of the town, on the poorer side of life, with the system is against you.
Them can't even use that either, because you have poor white people too, and the system against them too.
But with the poor white people, if them clean up, them can at least go and talk to a person.
No. Trust me. Nobody. You see, the only people them who truly not get treated right by the system are the poor people. Some people just fortunate enough to say them white and them can survive, right? Black people can't do that. Because first of all, the white people them survive. Them not survive because them depend on them own. Them survive because when them left school, them come out of them parents' house and 3 friends come together, them get a job and them rent the house, them live in it until them go to college and all them something there. So the black people know them something there. First of all, we not even trust ourselves.
Fam, yeah, stretch. No, I don't understand where you are going with that. Because
may I tell you right now. In a city,
sometimes it don't work.
In a city, black people don't trust each other. None at all.
So why the white inner city stay different then?
Because no. You see the white people them stick to themselves. You know who stick together? Them pitting them. The pitting them come together, and then guess what? The parents them have to come together because the parents them are just slave to them pitting.
So you see. So you, bro, I can't go on with this.
Trust me.
There's so much difference out here. There is not just that simple.
No, I tell you, when I say black people can come and say the system against them all they want, brother. You can say it against you all you want, brother. But when I tell you, I say, if you can go to school and you can get a job, I don't know what kind of system against you. Because it's not like, say, them other don't hire black people in every business where they're there. Because me I tell you, whole heap of business owned by black people. Whole heap of business, right? Them might own the corporation, but them own the local spot here. They might own the local McDonald's building, right? Them own that. Like, I don't understand what they mean by the system against them. Nobody now stop you from going to school. Nobody now stop you from going to college. And nobody now stop you from going on interview. Like, nothing now stop you.
Well, yes,
I think it probably goes on them, the persons who say the system is against them.
I don't understand what they mean by the system. What system against you? I'm not getting what system.
All right.
There is a system, it's just that I'm not sure if it's against them or they're against themselves. Because some persons
you see,
they carry that ratchet behavior to them at the workplace and it gives the employer and his business are bad reputation, and that's
No,
not
but
necessarily
that are the
good for that
thing. That are
business.
the thing. Everybody can say one system against them, you know. But nobody can promote the system name. What is the system that is against you? Everybody jump. All of the people them jump up and talk about the police system again because the police them are kill black people. No, bro. No, that's
The
not the
police
thing.
been killing black people, to be honest.
Yeah, but that are the thing. Like black people and white people get killed. The only difference is that now people can put a hashtag on. They can just basically put every hashtag under one picture. You ever go on Instagram and like you scroll through and then you click more, you read the captions and you click more. And guess how them promote it? Even when the hashtag not related to whatever they find the post, them still put the hashtag in it because guess what? People follow the hashtag them for generalization, right? So me follow one hashtag, me follow hashtag art, right? Sometimes I even say naked people I promote them porn business on it. I say car on it, I say lumberjack on it, I say people I build house on it. Like it now nothing to do with art. But it's still dead because guess what? Them just put in every hashtag where they know, and then guess what? People see it, and then everybody want to be a nice person, and everybody are like, oh my god, we need to share this public story today, and frenzy.
Well, yeah, I understand that there is some
But
people that
you
are
see,
trying to
like the realist, like everything is realistic, right? Everything is realistically. There's no way.
watch this.
No, 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 hold on. There's no way just one black person gets shot. No way one black person gets shot for an entire month.
No, but the thing about it is the opposite is true too. But the only reason why them not say oppression like that is there is because there's people to be oppressed. There's people that thinks that you're higher than the other group of people. So
yeah, but you can't just put that label upon everybody. One to the people them who genuinely get shot by act. Like so the man them like hey, that's the thing. That's the thing. That's when you put it say police when the police them against you. Like when you put that out in the ear, guess what police are gonna do? Afraid, right? Now, if me here say, me and your enemy, right? And something happen, and I'm obligated, like I have to come help you, right? When me come help you, and you look for me a certain way because you believe say me and your enemy. Even if me no believe say me and your enemy, and even if I believe say you just get misinformed. Anytime you jump off the me I shoot you, I don't care. Because guess what? When I'm gonna stand up there and wait for you to come do me something, and then me react. Because that's the truth, brother. If you tell somebody say that person you're gonna hurt you, when you see them, you're not gonna just let your guard down. You're not gonna see that person that as trustworthy. You're gonna see them and you're gonna depend edge. You're gonna ready to jump, right? And then guess what? When them know say, when them know say you hear say them are the enemy and them cautious of you, you are also cautious of them. Because even if you do something, like say you make a mistake or you go trip and you fall forward or something, they might think say you are jump after them and them come attack you. It's just like how them tell you don't run, like when a dog come and it show its teeth, don't run. Because when you run, it'll chase you. And the same thing. Me and you, they in a one tense situation. Whoever move first, it no matter if you move for good or bad, you move, and then me get jump, me just get frightened and do something. Like one,
I don't think so, bro.
When you mean by you know things, look no, it no matter the amount of training what you do. It no matter the amount of training what you do. Brother, me and you were there in school for more than half our life. I wouldn't remember half the shit we learned. We don't remember half of it. We only remember things we do almost every day.
But come on, man.
It no matter how much training you have. It don't matter how much training you have. It no matter what them tell you to do. You see, if me and you in a war, brother, you see if training did actually as good as people believe it to be, every war would end with just one side, nobody dead upon it. And the next side, everybody dead upon it. That's how wars would be. Because guess what? If you train everybody the same way, that means that everybody's supposed to perform the same way. Right? So you're supposed to have an entire army of the exact same type of people. Nobody not supposed to get PTSD. Nobody not supposed to freeze. Everybody's supposed to know how them gun work. Nobody not supposed to stress out. Everybody's supposed to be the same strength and follow the same routine and do the same drills. The thing is, people different, brother. And they could have trained me to be tough my entire life. Only people who have the will to be tough are gonna actually be tough, right? If training did work the way it's supposed to work, US and Afghanistan wouldn't have fight for much for 20 years, 10 years. They wouldn't have fight for 10 years, right? For 20 years, sorry. They would have fight for 20 years. You know what that happened? The US Army get this elite training. That means that everybody's supposed to elite. When them go Afghanistan, when they get the same elite training, them are just literally a group of people who decide, who just feel like they're better than everybody else and feel like they're supposed to rule the country. The whole of them should have dead. And the US should have got there and come out in a month.
Yeah, you know,
Because everybody would operate the exact same way if training did actually work the way it's supposed to work.
They were thinking the exact same thing that you were just saying a while ago. That's the reason why they said they wanted to go to Afghanistan to win that war. That's why they said it will be an easy fight. They just go and come back with the land. But it wasn't like that.
Exactly, because training don't work like that.
But it
the
was
thing is that you can train somebody for war, but when you reach a war, it's a different story.
Yo, it wasn't about the training. It was more about the situation that you were actually going about it. That you were thinking you were better than somebody else, and it wasn't that case.
No, but it no matter if the president thinks I'm better than it no matter if he thinks that the American people better than the Afghanistan people. The fact of the matter is that the US military, they get trained for years before them deploy them to Afghanistan. And when them deploy them to Afghanistan, are literally just a bag of people who take up weapons and decide to them overthrow the country. Brother, it no matter how good you might think to be, you literally have concrete training. Them are just people with guns, right? You could have think say you're better than them. You could have think say you're one god and them are just one ants. Or you could have think say you and them equal or you're less than them. You have training. If you don't use your training, it no matter what you think of yourself, you could have been frigging Goku. Right? As long as you have your training and you know what you are do, you have to just do it. It's like a test. You could have believed say you passed the test. You could have believed, you could have certain God, you could have bet you on your mother's life so you passed the test. You could have believed all of that. The fact of the matter is you only do as good as you do. Right? You take the test and you do what you think you do. You might think say you pass it, but guess what, you fail. I know what you think. Or you might think say you fail and you pass. It's just what you know. It's what you know versus what you do.
6 is a good example.
How you do I know if you're not try? Them had to try say if them could.
But them try. That's the thing. You try. Even if you think say you're good or you're not good, you still have to take the test. You have to take the test. And then guess what? At the end of the day, no matter how good you think you be, the results them are gonna come out and it'll prove if what you think they true or false.
But in this case, they never have to take that test, eh?
What?
They never have to take that test. They never have to play that game. They didn't. They put
them test was going to Afghanistan and staying there for 20 years. Guess what?
No one, only the politicians that were at the top brass said that.
But it no matter what you want, brother. Like, you don't understand. You see, when you're a soldier and you sign up for any military, you automatically have no opinion in anything at all. You don't have a choice. You do as you are told. That's what soldiers are for. It's not like say you can go to the commanding general and say, sir, when I feel like the mission is ethical, I'm feel like them people here deserve a choice. You know what they might do? They might discharge you. They might say, all right, I'm glad to see you feel that way there. When I want to in an army number because you are a shit soldier. You don't follow orders.
Man, sir, I feel like you want to box.
Because you're not loyal.
Wait, say
Soldiers
what I
are
was
supposed to follow orders, my guy.
That's the surgeons are gonna probably say, I feel like you want a butt. You feel you focus me and tell me that you want dead. And kill them off. Because honestly, when you're in the military, like Jelo said, opinions don't matter. The general says something, it have to go so. Because he is the one who has the most experience and the most exposure. So him say, yo, go south, go south. So if
Yeah,
you go
when the
south,
man said
stay
jump,
there, so.
you're supposed to say how high. Because when you
Mhm.
sign up for the military, you sign up for get instructions. You sign up for get instructions or for carry out instructions. Nobody never, you know, no agreement will say, we would love to hear your opinions in the matter. Nobody now gonna do that, brother. A soldier, like, you know, the briefings for a mission, them not ask her, alright, but then briefing. Anybody have no suggestions for how we can make it go any better, or have no suggestions for what we suppose?
That is
No,
decided between the general and whoever he's speaking to about the strategy. Our
exactly.
corporals or whatever.
The only thing when you need to concern about
Is to help
are
carry
doing
out
the
the plan.
mission. You do the mission and you shut your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's what a soldier is for. Follow orders. I don't want to hear if you think so the mission good or bad or
Be honest,
what.
we don't know about this already.
Bro,
You know,
you
we're
don't
not
want to be a
managed.
soldier and pull up to the battlefield. The general says, okay, headshot that one over there towards the center, 34 meters away. You're like, okay, but I'm a little upset that, but if you don't shoot that soldier right now, we're gonna get sniped. Do it!
Your commander can't tell you if you kill somebody and you say, sir, I can't kill him because him have a family. No, you kill him because the man tell you to kill him. That's it. You don't have a choice. Them train you for kill, them train you for follow orders, them train you for be disciplined and loyal. That is what
Imagine you do all of that training just to go up on the field to say that to the general.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, we're still human, so we're not. You can't expect.
No, that is in fantasy land. That is fantasy land. So when you're going to the military, you stop being human. You're not human anymore. You're a soldier, and that's the only thing you're gonna ever be, a soldier. When you go into the military, you're a soldier and nothing else. You can complain to you're human all you want, brother. Nobody like you. You can't go on the battlefield. You can't get into the war against one different country. And then when the enemy come kill you, they tell him, but sir, you can't kill me because I'm human too.
You know what makes the enemy? You know what makes the enemy powerful?
What?
They will use loved ones against you. They'll use loved ones against you. If they know your people, they know your family, your friends, they can use anybody against you. Because at the end of the day, why? You have empathy. You're humanized. As a soldier, you cannot have that. Could all be your daughter or your son. You don't follow through with the general's plan, you're gonna slip up and lose everything.
Yeah.
Where you have a sacrifice.
And trust me,
but it's not.
Trust me.
Honestly,
Trust me.
Doing that.
No, listen, no soldier. Nothing. I'm not gonna say no soldier. Like majority of soldier were in a war. They no one kill the people them with them in a war with, right? The only way you can, the only way they get people for willing to sign up for kill other people, I just make them seem like the shittiest people on earth. Them tell them the worst thing with them ever do. You ever hear no good things about the enemy?
Demonize them. Yes, you have to demonize them to get them to.
You never hear good things about your enemy, brother. You always hear the worst and the worst. Cause that's how they get you to hate them. And guess what you do with them? You hate, you destroy it. And if me can convince you for destroy me can convince you to hate something what me want to be destroyed, you just have to do it. And guess what? Just when you have enough hate in you, me could have done anything I want to you. I could have done anything I want to you. As long as I know that at the end of the day, you're going to follow my orders to the T, I'm good. You know what that called? Loyalty. It no matter what I do, you still are going to listen to every word I'm going to say. You're going to worship the ground I'm
more like slavery than loyalty.
and you're going to kiss the shit that come out of my ass.
That sounds more like slavery. I don't know what you're talking about.
That is the military, brother. That is the military. Them not care what you do. Like, brother, right now, the soldier them not care what the government tell them to do. Them are do it either way.
No, so
Like
everybody.
you can't see the bus driver them go on strike, and you
Everyone
can't
has
see the
to
teacher them go on strike. You can never see soldiers go on strike. Soldiers don't go on strike. You never you give a soldier a mission, and he might tell you say he no want to do the mission thing. Ever. Even if they don't want to do it, them still do it. Because them just train for it. Them not for do nothing else. Them not have no life. When you get in the military, you stay in the military. Even when you come out of the military, you're still in the military. It can't leave you and you can't leave it.
That's why the military is a big decision when you have to make it. Because trust me, not name it comes easy.
I don't think that's how that works.
Brother, ask any, like, ask any
Wait,
soldier.
chill out. Get time for a while. Yo, chill out.
Alright, let me leave one more point, right? Let me leave one more point. You ever hear the term deserters get shot?
Yes, we always hear that.
Me and you can be best friends, brother. If me and you in a war and you left me for dead, I'm gonna kill you before you can left anybody for dead. Deserters get shot. Nobody no get thrown away. Nobody. And that's what, like, nowadays, you know what, even more, the bigger fear nowadays is that you not have no life. You join the military when you're young and you don't know for do nothing else. All you know for do, I would them train you for do.
But that always was a thing.
Yeah.
Always a thing.
And it's still always gonna be a thing.
No, you don't have to.
It not gonna be, you know, alright, you know why it not gonna be such a big deal now? Because right now, we don't have wars. We don't have wars like that no more. We don't have the Cold War. We don't have Vietnam. We don't have Afghanistan no more. We don't have Iraq. We don't have them kind of war, you know. We don't have World War I and 2. You know what soldiers doing in the military now? They make TikToks. Right? And them take Instagram pictures and then they react videos and then give them look and dance and things. That's what soldiers do in the military now. You could have done that back in the day. Even if you did have technology like now, could have did that. You know you'd have focus on real shit. You'd have focus on, alright, we need to train because they might call me to send me go on a mission in Vietnam. That is a real war. That is something I'm awful. Like, even if I don't want to do it, I already signed up for the military, I'm gonna have a choice. And guess
military
what?
teaches you a lot about discipline.
Mm-hmm.
Say what? You don't think they must still gotta do something like that?
Still good though.
You don't think Russia not gonna prepare for go do some type of war in a section or something like that?
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Prepare to fight.
That's the thing. It no matter which section of the world you come from, it no matter where in the world you come from, all soldiers conditioned for the exact same thing. Follow that.
Well, at the end of the day,
Aim,
it's still
shoot,
that
kill.
you not get me. When I say them still human, I mean them still have a thought. You can't, no matter what you try to do, how much training.
Yeah, but guess what?
them still
You
go
train
have a
them.
thought.
You train them.
When I say they're not go, no, they gonna react on it, you know. When I say them always gonna react on it, but when I say what you do, no matter what you do, you still have a impact on the world. And so, if you tell a soldier for do something and this is not right, it's gonna have an impact on him. And that
Yeah, it have an impact on them. It have an impact on them, and that's what them call PTSD.
yeah,
When them do the bad shit, what them never want to do, and them can't forget it, it haunt them.
so what you think of PTSD and them type of something that's good for you or your family or
It's not good for you. Nobody never say good for you.
no,
But that's what
watch this.
happens.
You think it's good for the everybody
That's what
involved?
happens to a good soldier. A good soldier get PTSD. Not even an okay soldier get PTSD. A good soldier could care less. All him want to say, you tell him to kill the man here, and that's it. Him do it, and then him forget about it. That is a good soldier. A okay
You
soldier.
tell him to kill a man.
A okay soldier
Oh,
don't
yeah,
want to
somebody.
kill a man, and you tell him to kill a man, and him still do it, and him get fucked, right? him can't forget what him do. That is a okay soldier, right? A bad soldier now don't do what you tell him to do, and guess what him do? Him either get shot, hung,
Sorry, yeah, break up.
if him
Oh, yeah, break up. Yeah, break up. You know what you say?
live in a society with democratic. Are you hear me now?
No, I'm not here. I'm driving.
Are you hear me now?
All right. Okay, that better.
Yeah. May I say, a good soldier, a bad soldier, when they tell him to shoot up and then he don't want to do it, and don't do it, and him either get hanged, shot, put in a prison, or if him live in a one, if him lucky enough to live in a one democratic society, him get discharged. But guess what? Nobody not gonna trust him to do nothing. Everybody I got opposing.
Wait, give me a
Everybody
second.
got turn
Wait,
on.
stay there, stop a second.
You never fall out of that.
Yo, chill, stop a second. Wait.
You're gonna stop myself.
Wait, what you doing?
A bad soldier is a soldier that doesn't know how to control his emotion in the heat of the moment. Because sometimes, as a soldier, you are told what to do, but sometimes, as a soldier, you have to know restraint. Because sometimes you might have a very hard hatred for the enemy, but the general said, "Don't kill him, keep him alive." This is the same person or individual or country that has murdered your people or your family or so on. So you feel a grudge towards the person. But if that general says don't murder that person, don't murder it. It's not all about doing what you do, it's about restraint.
This is an excellent soldier. You follow orders to the T, no matter what them tell you to do it.
Oh,
If them tell you to work with the enemy, you work with him. You're not questioning.
if the general tell you, yo, gather press intel for the next 408 days until you get back